feel like no matter what you say, he always has to be right? You are trying to be fair, you're willing to compromise, but somehow every disagreement turns into this battle and you always lose. In this video, you will learn why some relationships are built to keep you powerless and how to spot the invisible contract that's rigging the game. Hey, I'm Amy, and you're watching Your Brilliance TV. So, are you in a relationship where your guy always has to win? When you have an argument, he never concedes or agrees you have a good point. When you need to make a decision, it's his way or no way. And when issues come up in your relationship, it's never his fault. It's always yours. You love this guy, but it is driving you nuts. You're willing to accommodate him and allow for differences of opinion, but you would like to be right at least some of the time. What's going on? And will it ever get better? Well, if you talk to your friends, you will likely hear that he's being a jerk, he's controlling, he must have a fragile ego, kick him to the curb and move on. And while all that may very well be true, is not necessarily helpful for you. Because what if you love him? What if you really, really, really want to make this work? Well, there's another way to approach it, and that is to look at your invisible contract. So, what's an invisible contract? Well, it's the contract you both signed when you got into the relationship, whether you realized it or not. It lays out what's expected of him as the male partner in the relationship and what's expected of you as the female partner. It lays out what you're each responsible for and entitled to. And here is what has got you into trouble. You both signed completely different contracts. You thought that getting into the relationship meant that he would treat you a certain way and that you would treat him a certain way. But those were just your assumptions. You never actually talked it through with him. You assumed that he was like you and that he wanted what you wanted. And he made his own assumptions. He decided what his role in the relationship was going to be. He never talked through what he expected of you. He just assumed you'd fall into place. And right now, those mismatched expectations are destroying your relationship. Now, I can't tell you what your guy thinks, but I can tell you how some men structure their relationship contract. They expect their relationships to have a very clear power structure. The man is the one in charge and the woman obeys. He's the one who's always right. He's the one who always knows best. He always has the final say. And it's her job to work with that, to know her place and respect him. She doesn't get to challenge him. She doesn't get to act like the man in the relationship. That is only for him. Now, when you are with a man like that, you are in what I call a no-win relationship. You always lose. You cannot fight him because he will not let you win no matter what you do. There is no point you can make, nothing you can say that will make him concede gracefully. Because in his mind, disagreement is not about understanding each other and finding a way to make it work. Disagreement is a test of his manhood, and it's a test he must win. In his mind, being the man means he has to hold the power. Letting you be right, even just once, risks emasculating him. So he has got to debate the point, even if he knows he's actually wrong. And as long as winning is a condition of his relationship contract, you're stuck. The only way to change things is to renegotiate the contract. Now, if what I'm saying is hitting a little too close to home and you're wondering whether this relationship might be bad for you, then take my mean switch quiz. It will help you see whether his need to be in control is just his personality or whether it's a warning sign. Now, some women survive these relationships by being cunning and letting their partner think he's one while doing what they want behind his back. And hey, if that's what you have to do to survive, then do it. But think about the cost to you of never having an honest relationship again. Is it worth it? Now, men don't realize when they set up a no-win relationship that they are destroying any hope of intimacy because it is hard to love somebody who's constantly controlling you and putting you in your place. That pain, hurt, and resentment build up until something explodes, and usually that's the relationship. So men get to be in charge at the cost of being loved, and they don't even realize it. So, what I'm going to suggest you do is that you talk together about your relationship contract, make it visible, bring it out into the light and examine it. Find out how he thinks a relationship is supposed to work and whether you can realistically live that way. You might say something like, "Hey, can I ask you something a little different? I've been thinking about how couples don't always talk about what they expect from each other, like what the rules are in the relationship. Who gets to decide what, how we handle disagreements, what respect and love should look like. And I feel like we might have different views without realizing it. Would you be open to talking about what's in your version? And I can share mine too." And then you can guide the conversation by asking specific questions like, when we disagree about something important, how do you think we should decide what to do? Do you think there are certain areas where your opinion matters more than mine? Do you think I should be able to tell you when I think you're wrong? What does respect mean to you? What do you believe a good girlfriend should always do? What should she never do? What do you believe a good boyfriend should always do? And what should he never do? If we were writing out our relationship rules from scratch, what would you like yours to be? And what would you expect from me? Now, look, if you do try to have this conversation, his answers may not be easy to hear, but they may just open your eyes. Is the relationship he expects one you can live with? Let me know how it goes down in the comments. I promise you, I read every single one. Until then, take care, and I'll see you next time.